Good morning everyone, welcome back to my channel Molecular Mysteries. So in this class let's talk about the types of cancer. So in the last class we have already discussed about the basic terminology in cancer and what are the properties of the cancer that makes different from the other normal cell in the human body, right? So in this class let's talk about the types of cancers. So cancers, no matter what carcinogen has caused the cancer, in this class we'll discuss about the viruses that attack the human body leading to a cancer. So based on the type of genome or based on the type of genetic material does the virus contain, it could be DNA or RNA. Based on the viral genetic material, the cancers have been differentiated, and also the location in the human body is well explained in this class. So in brief I can also talk about the further properties and the what are the other properties of other viruses also in this class. So I will also anyway link the important description links in the description box about the cancer. If you have any doubt regarding the smoking effects of cancer and the basic terminology, please go through the description box. So let's start the class. So in this class I told you the viruses that cause the tumor, that is tumor forming ability, the viruses which have the capability of multiplying and increasing its number is what you call the tumor virus. These viruses need a host for its multiplication. You all are well aware that all the viruses need to integrate its genomic material to the human genome, right? So you all know all viruses need a host for its multiplication and increase in number. So based on it, the type of virus that enters the human body, we are classifying the cancers. So now let's see what are the viruses that are having the genome as the DNA as their genome, and what type of cancers are generally caused by the DNA genomic viruses. So let's see. Hepatitis B viruses cause the liver cancer. Papillomavirus, you can say it as HPV, human papilloma virus. This human papilloma virus, you are all now becoming aware of it because most of the pediatricians, doctors are suggesting to take a injection or the vaccine against this HPV virus in the coming generation girls who are entering into their teens, like around the age of 10 or 11. It's better if you can take the papilloma virus vaccination, HPV, which can really protect their cervix, or I can say the cervical area of the female reproductive system in future from attacking with these HPV viruses. So in future the cervical cancer rate could come down if this generation has taken the HPV vaccines. Okay, and if you also go for the herpes viruses, these herpes viruses generally cause the nasopharyngeal cancers or Burkitt's lymphoma or Kaposi's sarcoma. So these are the types of viruses that cause the types of carcinoma and sarcoma in humans. Apart from that, we also have SV40 and adenoviruses, which doesn't really cause any cancer in human. They are just a study material. I will let you know anyway in the coming slide. Okay, so now let's see what is the smallest genomic. They may ask you in the coming questions like what is the smallest genome that causes a cancer. So the basic, I'm sorry, I thought of explaining about the RNA genomes as well. So I told you the hepatitis C viruses would have RNA as its genetic material. So please remember, hepatitis B virus has a DNA as a genetic material, whereas hepatitis C virus has RNA. So both lead to liver cancer. And retroviruses generally cause the adult T cell leukemia. So retroviruses or some other type of virus like human immunodeficiency virus, HIV virus, these are all caused by the retrovirus. So adult T cell leukemia is also one of the cancers caused due to RNA as its genomic material. Now let's see what is the smallest one and the biggest one. So the smallest genome is generally 3 kb in size, I can say is the smallest one, which is a hepatitis B virus. For your understanding I have given you, they may ask you in that. So generally they may ask you the size of the virus that attacks the cervix, which is called the human papilloma virus. So human papilloma virus is generally around 8 kb in size. Okay, and now I told you SV40 virus and adenovirus generally can't induce any tumor because there is no process of transformation happening here. Okay, so transformation is very important so that the viral DNA gets attacked, or virus get inoculated directly into the human genome. So and thus transformation happens and increase in number of the cells happen, right? Virus multiplication happens. But in the case of adenovirus and SV40 virus, it doesn't happen. Cell transformation by human papillomavirus results by the expression of E6 and E7 early region genes. Okay, these are the main important genes which are important for the expression. These proteins induce the transformation by interacting with the host cell proteins and controls the cell proliferation and multiplication. I told you, for the cell to survive, for the tumor cell to survive, it need to have a multiplication, it need to have angiogenesis, everything, blood supply, nutrition, everything should be there. Then only the tumor cell can multiply itself. So for that, the human papillomavirus has got a good transduction, right? So that is absent in adenovirus and SV40 virus. So they couldn't cause any cancer in humans. Okay, that is why I have given you the explanation like this. Now let's see in short what is the mode of action, like how the mode of viruses would directly attack the human body causing a cancer. First thing is transformation of cells happens in a non-permissive host. So non-permissive and permissive, I will explain you in the short video as well. So first of all is a transformation by the adenovirus results by the expression of the early genes. These genes are required to inactivate p53 tumor suppressor genes and RB retinoblastoma genes. Okay, now please remember what are p53 and RB. So p53 is a very important tumor suppressor gene. So what happens actually, what are the functions of p53? p53 is a tumor suppressor proteins which would help you to regulate your cell cycle. Okay, the genomic stability is maintained because of p53. It helps in, whenever the DNA has got wrong, immediately that p53 gene would help you to go for apoptosis. I told you it's a programmed way of happening a cell death, right? Each and every cell has to multiply at some or the other time, it has to undergo the apoptosis, cell death. That is how the cell number is being maintained in the human body, right? This p53 gene and the RB retinoblastoma gene, these two important genes are importantly covering the importance of having that apoptosis, helps in maintaining apoptosis. It also regulates genomic stability, it helps in maintaining the chromosomal number and also prevents from mutations, right? It immediately protects the cell from mutations leading to cancer. So p53 is something for a person who is having cancer. The first thing is the p53 doesn't properly work. That is how the cancer cells would first attack on p53, right? So that is why the mode of action is to inactivate your p53 tumor suppressor protein. Okay, that is how. So what are p53? I told you they are the tumor suppressor proteins and they are also called the guardian of the genome, right? So what are the functions? I told you they help in DNA damage response. Once they got to know that the DNA has been damaged, immediately the response is given to p53 gene, which would help either to go for apoptosis or to go for DNA repair mechanism, right? And also helps in going for apoptosis. It helps in cell cycle regulation. So these are the two important challenges for a person to maintain. So if a person is maintaining a p53 and RB in a very well place, the cancers would be maximum avoided, right? So these are that. Now let's see what are the cancers that are associated with p53 mutations. So I told you if the p53 particularly is getting damaged, or if the virus is only attacking the p53, that could be ovarian cancer and breast cancer, lung cancer, colorectal cancer and brain cancer. Generally the cancers that are associated with p53 mutations. Okay, now we'll also see what are the cancers that are associated with retinoblastoma, which is also a tumor suppressor protein. Okay, so like it also the functions of retinoblastoma is also almost similar with p53. They are meant for protecting the body from cancer. So it gives retinoblastoma, the name itself says it's a childhood eye cancer. Okay, if mutations in RB causes childhood cancer, soft tissue sarcoma cancer, prostate cancer and bone cancer, osteosarcoma. Okay, these are the important cancers that are caused due to the types of virus, and if the virus attack the tumor suppressor proteins, this leads to different type of cancers. Okay, so hope in this class I have covered the important types of cancers and their viruses associated with it. So in the next class I will talk about uh, more information I will be giving regarding the cancer. So thank you and have a nice day.